I know this is a Starbucks refresher, but we have some tea to spill today, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am talking all about Lollapalooza, my experience, what I thought, and all that good stuff. For those that don't know me, my name is Ade. I'm a music festival content creator. I have a blog, vibewithade.com. That's all about going to music festivals. I love going to them. I've been going to them, and I just want to dish out my tips, tricks, reviews, stuff like that about going to music festivals. So I hope you decide to stay and enjoy this video. Lollapalooza. Whew. The moment I announced that I was going to Lollapalooza, wow, a lot of people were like kind of being a little negative in my DMs, were kind of like trying to downplay it, but also trying to like convince me to not go, that I should sell my ticket, all this stuff. And it was really uncomfortable because like I had already bought my ticket. I said how excited I was, and then people were just kind of being a little negative about it, which kind of was like bumming my mood out a little. So let's talk about why Lollapalooza has this negative rep, I guess. Past couple of years, it's just gotten this rep that because it's all ages, it's in a major city, Chicago, that all the young kids kind of just like flock to it. High schoolers, kids in middle school, college, all that stuff. All the kids just kind of flock to it. There's a lot of underage drinking, drug use, things like that. It's just gotten this really bad negative rep. And with the whole emergence of the Brads and Chads meme, it's gotten a little worse, I'd like to say. I think last year a video surfaced during Chris Lake's set, a Millennium set of kids moshing to that music, which in the EDM community is like, no, you don't mosh to house music, you don't do this, you can't do this. And it's gotten a little out of hand of people saying what you can and can't do at festivals, all this stuff. And so going into Lollapalooza, I had always wanted to go, and then in the past like couple of years, while all of this has been happening, it's been kind of hard to watch because it's like, oh, I think it'd be so cool to go, I've never been to Chicago. With all that negative like social media, it like basically puts it in the mind that like, no, you shouldn't go to that because like you won't have a good time, whatever. But when they dropped this lineup, my friend group chat blew up. Ryan was texting me, I sent it to Ryan, we like sent it to each other at the same time. The lineup was just such a well-rounded lineup. Like it had a little bit of everything for us that we were like, you know what, Lollapalooza seems like the move to go. And with my friend, we've actually been going to music festivals together since like 2016, 2017. So we kind of know all our stuff about going to music festivals. We've done Coachella together, EDC together, ACL. We've done a ton of festivals together and never Lollapalooza. And so we really like the lineup. We've never been to Lollapalooza. Some people have been in Chicago, love Chicago. I'd never been to Chicago, so I was really interested to knock out the city of Chicago while going to a music festival. That just seems ideal for me, you know? We ended up all saying, yes, let's do Lollapalooza. We bought our tickets, we booked our flights and all that stuff. Then when I was still like saying my excitement, it was really hard because people were just being like, oh my god, like just be careful, it's not the same vibes as like Electric Forest or EDC. And I'm like, duh, I'm not going into this festival expecting it to be the most plur vibes ever because it's a multi-genre festival. When you have mixed genres on a lineup, like you're not gonna get your plur crowd. Like you're gonna get people that are there to party, to have a good time, and that might not care about the music too. Or you will get the people that do care about the music and want to have a good time. You get a melting pot of everyone. You also get people that just live in Chicago and are like, oh, let me go check this out and have a good time, whatever, see what it's all about. And I had a feeling that Lollapalooza Chicago would be a similar vibe to Austin City Limits, and it was definitely very similar vibes and similar to Coachella. Like Coachella, ACL, those are all ages, so we kind of knew what to expect, and it was exactly what I was expecting. It's very similar to those crowds. I just think that social media tends to cloud, I guess, the reputation of a festival, because when you have so many negative people commenting on a festival, it's like the negative people outweigh the positive people talking about the festival, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was tweeting good things about Lollapalooza, it did not nearly get as many likes or engagement as like if I were to say something something bad about a festival and basically confirming that this festival is not that great or whatever. I think one misconception that people have is that Lollapalooza is an EDM festival. It is not an EDM festival. It is a multi-genre, all ages festival. And I think I saw a tweet of this girl saying like, just so you guys know, the EDM community does not claim Lollapalooza. And I was like, good. Like, it shouldn't, because it's not an EDM festival. There's all these different types of genres there, and that's what draws in a bunch of different people mixed into one. I know that like some of you guys might have had like a different experience, a negative experience, might have had poor interactions with the crowd, and that's just gonna happen. What you can do to prevent that is have a good solid group, have a positive attitude. If you're focusing so much of your time worrying about other people that are going to affect your time, they're gonna affect your time. Because if you're just waiting for someone to like bump into you, to not say excuse me, to whatever, like if you're just expecting that to happen, then it's gonna come to you. It's like one of those things where like positive thinking attracts positive things happening to you. And some of you might think that's a lot of bull, but like I fully believe in that. I think your vibe attracts what you're gonna bring into your life. And I can go into a whole other thing about that when it comes to like your energy and stuff like that. So the tea on the crowd, it is a lot of young kids, I will say that. However, I am really bad at judging how old someone is. If you really think about it, like someone that looks like they're in high school or like middle school could actually be in college. Like, and I have no idea. I'm not gonna go up to someone and ask them how old they are to like justify what they're doing. You know, like I'm not the police here. So I did see people that like did look kind of young with 21 wristbands and like stuff like that, but that's just gonna happen. Like people have fake IDs, people buy 21 wristbands off of people. Like that stuff is just gonna happen, and it's just kids wanting to have a good time. Like, can we really blame them when we were probably their age at one point, wanting to have a good time as well? When it comes to like the drugs, obviously that's a prominent thing here, is that there are a lot of young kids that are potentially doing drugs that are harmful to them and whatnot. And again, it's just one of those things that's gonna happen. What we could be doing as like a community, if we are seeing that stuff happen, is just to ensure their safety, which is like whether it's banning them, making sure that they're hydrated, whatever it is. The one thing I will say that really did only bother me is a lot of people chewing on candy bracelets or chewing on like a plastic bracelet. And I'm just like, it's just so obvious. That was the only thing that was really bugging me. Like, you do you, have a good time. If I see your eyes super big, if I see eyes rolling in the back of your head, maybe throw some sunglasses on. That's just Mama Aid wanting to come in and help you. Maybe throw a little bandana on. I was wearing a bandana just because it was so dusty in that place. So that was the only thing that really bothered me. Like, we didn't have any issues with like crowd or like people pushing. Actually, this just reminded me, because they are so young, they don't really realize this, but you would just see kids booking it to a stage, like booking it, running. And you know, when you see like a group of people running, that just causes like a little bit of panic in you, because you're like, why are they running? Is there something going on? And I think in today's society, when there's like shootings and like stuff like that going on, when you see people running, it just kind of like causes a little bit of panic in you. So that was really the only thing that kind of bothered me, was like seeing kids run and they just run straight into the crowd and they're fine. Like, they're just booking it to Perry stage or whatever. If everyone just had a little bit more understanding when it comes to the Chads, the Brads, the young kids, then our community would be in a lot better state than it is right now. It's really sad just how much negativity is going around, because we don't accept certain people into the community. And it's just like,
get off your high horse.
We all started somewhere. We're all just trying to have a good time. If you don't let them affect you, they're not gonna do anything. Like, unless there are certain situations where like, if they're really being rude and like encompassing in your space, not being mindful of people's space, then yeah, like that's justified. If they're just having a good time, putting themselves in a trash can or like standing on top of a trash can, just like let them do it, you know? Like, it's not doing anything. That's just my take on that. That is the tea on the crowd. It is what you make of it. It's with like any other festival. Like, you'll find the same at Coachella, you'll find the same at EDC. There's always gonna be bad apples that make the whole scene look bad. and that's just how it is now.
The other thing I forgot to mention was a video that went viral of the kids that tried to break into Lollapalooza. Fun fact, they actually did not make it into the festival. None of them had a wristband. They tried to jump the fences and everything like that. They actually didn't make it into the festival. But that's like a case where like that video made the whole scene just look bad when it was just like 20 people making the whole festival look bad, which like, it's just those people. They just wanted to go. There's not much you can do about it, but they ended up not getting into the festival. So it's like, why care so much about it, you know?
This scene, this community, while I love it so much, it is growing exponentially because people are seeing festivals, they're going to festivals, they see other people going and they want to partake in that. And that is really awesome. But we as a community, as the people that are currently in it, we need to do something about it and be kind and show people the way. That's just my sense on that. But all in all, what I will say, the social media definitely over-exaggerates everything. I'm so glad I went to Lollapalooza. I'm really glad I got to see Chicago. I definitely want to go back one day. Just wanting to know what the real tea is here. It's a pretty great festival. Logistically, everything is planned well. The longest wait time we had was on Sunday, being like 30 minutes. Security was not that bad. And the longest wait time on Sunday was because the shootings had just happened in El Paso and Dayton. So they were upping security, which is great. They should be doing things like that to make us safe and everything, which I felt a lot better that they were being more thorough on the last day because of all the stuff that had been going on. We really lucked out. Our hotel was a 15-minute walk to and from the festival, so we didn't have to worry about Ubers, taking the metro, anything like that. So that worked out so well for us. Festival ending at 10 p.m. is so clutch because you could go home, go to sleep, or you could go out and like have a good time. All in all, Lollapalooza is great. We didn't have any issues with the crowd. Sorry, I feel like this is one big lecture, but I just had so much on my mind because like day one, while we were going through day one, I was like, this festival really is not that bad. Really is not that bad. It was logistically well planned. We had such a smooth time on day one that I was like, I really don't know what people are talking about. Maybe if we were in the crowd a little bit more, but like we like being in the back anyway. So we all had a great time with each other. I was so happy to be with all my friends. Like I don't get to see them that much because we all live in different places. So getting to be with them was just so much fun. Basically like my overall review, if you want to keep watching, I would love for you to keep watching and to hear more about my Lollapalooza experience. If you are interested in going to Lollapalooza, I'm just gonna keep talking about the experience, the music, the food, stuff like that. Okay, so the overall experience, like I said, it is like Austin city limits. So Ryan and I were walking around and they have the same flags that they have at Austin city limits. They have this like picture frame photo op similar to Austin city limits. They have similar stage names. I like told Ryan, I was like, I wonder if ACL and Lollapalooza are owned by the same company because this is literally Austin city limits but like in Chicago. And lo and behold, I went and did some research and they're owned by the same company, which is C3 Presents, which is actually based in Austin. Yeah, they're literally it's like the same festival, which was so crazy to me. I was like, whoa, this is cool. Kind of was like familiarity like that. The venue, Grant Park, is huge. I think it's very similar to size as ACL and Coachella. So it's like a little bit of a walk, which kind of sucks because if you want to see someone at opposite ends, you're gonna have to like book it if you want to like still see a good chunk of their sets, which we had to do a couple of times. But overall, the layout was really great. There was no like sound bleed really between the stages, which is really nice because I hate being at a stage and I can hear what's going on in another stage. It's just not really an enjoyable experience. So I really like that. The whole food, oh my God, you guys. Chow Town is what they called it. Oh, the food was so good. We ate so good all of Lollapalooza. I got Blue Mountain Naughties. I got this chicken teriyaki bowl. We got Wow Bao hot buns. So good. I got a churro ice cream sandwich that changed my life. I got gelato. So good. Okay, and then the music. So, the music. I was really excited about this lineup because it was just so many different artists that I wanted to see, both EDM, non-EDM, all that good stuff. The lineup pretty much fired me up. Okay, so my favorite sets. Flume, so good. He was back. That was my first time seeing him since 2016. His new set is so good. If you guys have a chance to go see it, it's truly like every detail is so well thought out. It's so different than anything going on right now, like for set wise. It's just, it was incredible. can't even describe it, honestly. So this was actually my 10th time seeing Louis the Child, and to see them in the place that they're from, which is Chicago, and they were playing one of the big stages, like, I just felt so happy for them. Like, that was such a big moment for them. Like, I couldn't even imagine, like, growing up in Chicago, like, going to all these venues, going to Lollapalooza, and, like, working your way up to do that. Like, oh my God, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. And the really cool thing was that they had this airplane in the sky just spelling out stuff. It said Louis. They did the Louis the Child crown. They did Smile. It was so cute. Ugh. Another favorite set, I finally got to see Chelsea Cutler. She's one of my favorite vocalists, probably. I love her. Her set was so good. Aural Grime. Ryan and I were supposed to leave Aural Grime to go see Madion because Madion was debuting his new live set and we couldn't leave. I turned to Ryan, I was like, I can't leave this set. I hadn't seen Aural Grime since 2017. I'd never seen Nova live, and I was just like, I can't leave this set. Like, we can't leave. I'm sorry. Like, nope. Which luckily, Madion is coming to Austin at the end of in December to play his live set. So we're just buying tickets to that. I feel like I'd rather see that in that venue type of thing, not at a festival. So that'll be good. It all worked out. So some other things. I always want to do like a new finds or like people that I didn't think to like go check out or whatever. Because with these multi-genre festivals, for me at least, I don't want to go to a lot of the EDM acts just because this is probably my chance to see some of these artists like Casey Musgraves. Like, I didn't get to see Ariana Grande, but like if Flume wasn't on at the same time, like I would have definitely seen Ariana Grande because I wouldn't pay for her normal tour tickets, you know what I'm saying? Ryan and I did try to do a really good job at trying to find new artists that we hadn't heard before or that people might have recommended to us. So with that, we did check out Lennon Stella, which I didn't realize she was the girl that was on the new Chainsmokers and Millennium song. Like, I just did not put two and two together until the Chainsmokers brought her out, and I was like, oh, that's who she is. So Lennon Stella, I love her voice. She was so good. Elo, I'd heard about them. We were supposed to see them at Forest and we didn't, so we got to see them at Lollapalooza and they were really good. Pink Sweats was another one that like a lot of our friends were really excited about, and so we decided to go check out Pink Sweats. He has like such a good voice. He was so good. And he's also gonna be at ACL, so I might check him out again. That was like all of the music. It was so good. It was such a good weekend for music, I feel like. Like we had a lot of artists we could just hang out in the shade for or in the grass for. We had artists that we just had a really good time all together. We saw Lil Wayne and like Tenacious D, which I never thought I'd see them live, but there that was. Finally saw Casey Musgraves. She was really awesome. Now that I've kind of talked about everything, I'm sure you guys are wondering, would I ever go back to Lollapalooza? And to be honest, I have really great things to say about the festival. However, for me to go again and spend all that money, it would have to be a pretty insane lineup. The festival being very similar to Austin City Limits, there's a lot of overlap between the ACL and Lollapalooza lineup. With that, I probably would not go back to Lollapalooza, but I'm not saying that because it was a bad festival, I had a bad time or anything like that. It's just really expensive. Like Chicago is really expensive and Lollapalooza was really expensive. And so for me to spend that kind of money, I'd rather just save it and go to Austin City Limits because I live in Austin. I live 15 minutes from the venue. I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Like all I have to worry about is paying for a ticket, you know? Probably would not go back to Lollapalooza unless the lineup was really that good and worth it to go, but I still had a really great time. All in all, if you are thinking about going to Lollapalooza, I highly recommend it. My one thing is though, if you want to go to Lollapalooza and you are just going to be at the EDM stage all day, I would not go to Lollapalooza. I would rather save that money and go to like Spring Awakening, which is an all EDM festival in Chicago. The reason I say that is because it is such an expensive festival to only stay at one stage the whole time. Ryan and I walked over 40 miles the whole weekend because we were just bouncing from stage to stage, and I think that's the really cool thing about multi-genres is that you could go sit at one stage, listen to like an acoustic artist in the shade and stuff like that. And then if you wanted to go like have a good headbang, you can go to Perry's. And then you could go see some like mainstream artists that you've never seen before and stuff like that. So if you're just gonna go to Lollapalooza and be at Perry's the whole time, I would just go to Spring Awakening at that point. I've never been to Spring Awakening, but I've heard good things about it. So that's just my recommendation on that. If you do decide to go, I would highly recommend saving your money up and get a place that is walkable to the festival. Whether it's a hotel, Airbnb, if you can walk to the festival, that is like so clutch, because you don't have to worry about Ubers or Lyfts and surcharges. You don't have to wait to get on the metro at the end of the night. Being able to walk to and from the festival was so ideal and worked out so well for us. So I highly recommend saving your money so you can get a nice place and have a good bed to go back to. Basically, like all my recommendations. I will probably have some videos coming out if you guys are interested in going to Lollapalooza. If you guys want some more tips from me, let me know. Let me know if you like my videos, if you like the vlogs, stuff like that for Lollapalooza. I'd be happy to do some more videos in the future. I hope you guys are doing so great. If you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to vibe with me and join the little vibe tribe. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.